Welcome to Strategic Management 435 through the University of Hawaii, West Oahu. This course is an online course for the fall of 2019. My name is Becky Spain and I'll be your instructor for this online course. And as way of introduction, I just wanted to take a few minutes and run through the syllabus with you. I've tried to do my best to capture what is expected of you in regards to this course, giving you all of the information that you need in order to complete assignments timely and have the information to know what I'm looking for in the work that you'll be turning in. So let's begin by just looking at the information about how to contact me. The best way to get a hold of me is by email. Should you email me, make sure that you put in the subject line Strategic Management 435. That way I'll know that it's a student that's reaching out to me and I'll do my best to respond to you timely. Now there may be times when you need to text or even call, and my phone number's on here as well, but I do ask that there'll be no texts or phone calls after 10 p.m. or before 8 a.m. The syllabus also will provide a quick bio of my experience in the business world for you. I have over 30 years of experience in a variety of different business settings and types of organizations, and I'll just let you read through that. Moving on to page 2, I'll just call attention to our course textbook that will be Strategic Management and Business Policy. This is information on how to access your ebook and also information in regard to opting out. Now, all of the information in regard to chapter notes and other resources can be found on the Laulima website. I have tried to put everything that you'll need to complete this course in regards to PowerPoints and such into Laulima, so that's available for you. Any written assignments will need to follow the written assignment format, so make sure that you familiarize yourself with this because you'll need that on the assignments that you'll be turning in. This would include your case studies as well as your case study project. Of course, anything on your forums you'll do through Laulima. So let's go ahead and look at our graded assignment policy. I do have a very strict policy on late assignments. So late assignments will not be accepted for this course unless arrangements have been made prior to the due date. And I am really very firm on this. However, I do open assignments for early submission, so you are allowed to work ahead of the due dates on your homework assignments. And if you would have an issue or something would arise, be sure to reach out to me prior to the due date so that we can work together to accommodate needs that you may have. So let's go ahead and look at what are some of the main elements of homework that you'll be doing for this course. You will have a weekly class discussion forum that is due. It will total 20% of your grade. There are 13 weekly discussion forums, each one worth 10 points. There will be questions that will be asked and you will answer in the discussion forum. What I'm looking for here is a couple of things. First of all, I'm looking to make sure that you read and that you understand and can apply the information that we covered in the chapter. So I'm looking for evidence of your understanding and your ability to apply those concepts. And then the other thing I'm wanting for you to do is to equate this to a discussion that you're having in class. So whenever you're reading your chapter material, the best way to prepare for these class discussions, go ahead and look at the question ahead of time, and then as you're reading your chapter, record aha moments or things that you might want to consider in the response to the information so that as you write and as your peers read yours and as you read other peers, you're exchanging ideas and thoughts about what you learned during that week. If you guys will follow that format, it will make your discussion forum so much more enjoyable to read and to engage in. Make sure that you fully support statements. You will need to list in each one of your initial responses. So for each forum, you'll have an initial response and then 2 responses to peers. In that initial response, you need to have 2 references from the reading. Or if you would like, you can do 1 reference from the reading and 1 reference from an outside source. So those need to be noted. For anything that's in the book, you can simply list the page number. For outside sources, of course, you'll need to list more information than the page number. I'll need to know what your reference point was for that. So once again, you'll have an initial post. Once you initially post, your post needs to be between 250 and 400 words. Then you'll be able to see any responses that have already been posted or will be posted in the future from peers. You'll need to read through some of those and choose choose two to respond to, and your response needs to be a minimum of 100 words. Now, in the response, I am looking for you to build on the concepts and to continue the conversation that your peer has listed in his or her response to the forum. So what will not be acceptable are things like, "Oh, that was great. Yes, I totally agree with you. Good thoughts." Those types of comments do not build on what was said and don't display that you have understanding of the material. So you need to read what is written, and then you need to build on that thought just like you would in a conversation with someone. I do provide grading rubrics for all written assignments, and so this is the grading rubric that I will grade all of the forums by. Reviewing the rubric will give you a better idea of what I'm looking for as I'm reading through and grading these assignments. Now, you will also have 4 case study assignments throughout the course. Now, your submission of the case study and the case study numbers are listed in Laulima, but you'll actually find those case studies in the back of your book. So they're numbered and the number is listed, and we'll get to that here in just a second when we get to the end, and you can see how I've designated which ones of those that I want you to do. Remember to follow the writing format that we just covered a couple of minutes ago. That's, I think, on page 2 of the syllabus. Actually, it's on page 3 of the syllabus. Your writing instructions for the format. Once again, I'm providing a rubric as to what I'll be looking for as I grade these. You'll submit them through Laulima. In addition to the 4 cases that you'll be reading and reviewing, you will also be writing your own case study. So this is the one project assignment that you have for this course. This project is worth 80 points. And what I want you to do for this assignment is to research, prepare, and present in a written format a case study of a strategic management decision of the company of your choice. So you need to choose a company is probably the easiest thing to do. Choose a company that you like and that you are interested in, and then look at what are some of the strategic management decisions that they've made or that they've recently made, and then you're going to want to do an analysis of that. So remember that anything that you choose, you're going to have resources for this presentation. So in addition to your book, and you will need to pull 2 to 3 references from your textbook. You will also need 2 to 3 references from an outside source. So as you're choosing your topic, make sure that you're choosing something that you can find in the media or it's supported through other documentation that you can use in the presentation of this. Your total written presentation will be 3 to 5 pages in length, and that is not including your references or your title page. It should include an abstract, which would be the summary of the company and the facts of the situation. So what's happening, what's the company, what's the strategic decision that they've made. So once you've written your abstract, now you're going to go in a little bit more detail under the decisions, and you're going to give a detailed report of the strategic management decisions that were made by the company or the organization. Then next, you're going to give the outcomes of those decisions. And then finally, you're going to prepare an analysis of those decisions or outcomes by answering the questions that are listed here in this information. Don't forget that you also will need to list your 2 to 3 outside resources as well as your 2 to 3 inside resources from your textbook. And then you'll deposit that into Laulima under the Case Study tab. Once again, your rubric for what I'll be looking for as I grade this is submitted here. Be sure and read through this because this simply outlines what I'll be giving points for and will help you to know what to include as you prepare your presentation. This should really be a fun project because you get to choose whatever company has of interest to you. So just choose something that you're either following in the media or that maybe even impacts the position that you hold at this time, and then do a deep dive on it. Do some research on it. Find out information about what was the decision, why they made it, what was the outcome. Do your analysis of the decisions that they made. Then once again, don't forget to use your rubric as a guide as you prepare your presentation. Finally, then we have your examinations. There'll be two, a midterm and a final, and those will be given through LAULIMA. They're multiple choice and they are timed. And once again, I am a stickler on due dates. So this due date on these exams are firm. And scheduling a makeup exam is only given generally for documented emergencies. So if you have something that's coming up that's going to not allow you to take the exam on the dates that it's open to you, you need to contact me in advance so that we can work something out. Finally, then I want to call to your attention the course schedule that's at the very end of your syllabus. This is also listed under your syllabus online as well. This gives you information about what to do each week. I'll also be sending out a weekly email to you that will list once again what you need to be doing each week for this class. So for week 1, you'll need to read chapter 1, review the PowerPoint that goes with this, and then you'll need to complete your discussion forum, and you need to have this done by September 1st before 11:55 p.m. Now, if you try to submit something after that time, the system will not accept your submission. It will close, it will no longer be open for submissions. It'll close and you won't be able to submit. So make sure that you manage your time accordingly. Week 2, you'll do your very first case study. Once again, you can find these case studies at the back of the book, and make sure that you answer all questions thoroughly. So I hope that this review of the syllabus has helped you to understand a little bit more about what we'll be doing together throughout this course this semester. Should you have questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help you in any way I can to be successful in this course and to learn as much as you can about the strategic management policy that we'll be covering in this book. I look forward to seeing you online.